Yo. We're back with another hot episode of Concealed Media, man. You already know what's up. It's your boy Dre. Got my boy T with me as always, and I got my sister Ray Don. Man, goddamn, for the 18th time, you already know. My boy came to drop all the gems. Our favorite reoccurring goddamn guest on the show, my boy Jay Hood. What up, my dog?
What's up, buddy? How you doing? What's up, man? What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Welcome back. You know.
So you only pop up when you working, bro. Tell us what's the move right now? What you got going on?
I mean, you know, we outside, moving around, you know what I'm saying? Touching every market that we possibly can, building our relationships and connections in each market. But I had to come tap in with y'all today just to, you know what I'm saying, just discuss what music is currently looking like, discuss some current situations, some hot topics, put out some gems and some information that I feel could help artists and, you know, artist managers and developers out there from somebody who's, you know, doing it on the ground level right now. So I just want to come tap in with my favorite people.
Real quick.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, facts. But before we get into that, let me just ask you about 38, just what he doing real quick, because I know that's your man's, what y'all got going, and then we can get into that.
All right, that's cool. So you want to know what we doing?
Yeah, what 38, you know, he's performing?
So 38, we've been on the move this last like 2 months. Really, you know, we just came off of his first independent tour. We did 9 cities. Some of the cities, a couple of them got pushed to the back burner just due to situations out of our control.
Always some shit,
but
for
we
sure.
sold 700 tickets, physical tickets.
Okay.
And
Wow,
in
that's
six
exciting.
in 6 different cities, you know what I'm saying? And that's not even including the tickets purchased day of. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For an independent artist to be doing that, you know, very first time, averaging 100 people in each city, very first tour, somebody who's only been rapping for a year and a half, who spent 9 months of that year and a half in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Different states and
amazing.
shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's amazing. I feel like there's a lot of things that we could have did better. You know, obviously it's learning experiences, and we put this on independently. So we rented all of the venues out ourselves. We paid for the venues ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like 100%.
Let's talk about that.
So there was nobody
that
else.
shit.
Yeah, there
Let's
was
talk
nobody
that.
else in the mix with us. Nobody else in the middle. We like literally booked and paid for all the venues ourselves. So everything that went on with inside of each one of those venues too, we have full control of.
Bullshit.
Do you mind, like, I seen the other day on your story you had posted about the dude from Spain or the Spain dude?
Yes.
The tour dude?
Yes.
You want to tap in with that a little bit? Like, what was going on?
Man, basically there was this dude, you know, I've done business with him before, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And even the first time that I did business with him, I didn't really like how he did business. I felt like he was always scrambling for money, you know what I'm saying? And which was a red
down
flag, always. You know what I'm saying? And when somebody's always like that, every time you have a conversation with them, they're needing money, this going on, that going on, that's really a red flag. But
Facts.
I took a risk because he knew some things that I didn't know, and he had knowledge and connections that I didn't have. And I took the risk anyway, and I did business with him just so I can learn from him. And because you can learn something from everybody, no matter who they are, what situation that they're in, whether they're homeless, whether they're super rich, there's something that you can take away from every single body.
Exactly.
If you feel as if you can't learn from somebody because of how they look or their current situation, then you're the ignorant one in the situation. You know what I'm saying? Very ignorant. So I ended up working with him. It could have been better. I mean, there's things that I probably could have did better on my end too, you know, when working with him. But I'm a pioneer right now in what I've got going on. Like, I'm innovative as hell. So a lot of the things that people are seeing me do, this is me doing them for the first time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With trying to grow my team and learn through these experiences so we know how to handle it better next time, or so we know how to, you know, add the finishing touches, or that we need to start a lot earlier next time. You feel me? So right now I'm innovating. I'm a part of like a new development with my label, with YSF, the label, and my team. And so, you know, as we're taking on these new endeavors, we're learning as we go. And every person, there's something that we can learn from every person that we meet along the way. And that's just so happened with the tour dude. He was just bad for business. He wasn't locking in the venues like we thought he was. There's cities that we get to, they weren't even aware that we were showing up. You know what I'm saying?
Been there before.
And then, you know, his excuses were, "You're not paying me for my services." But buddy, we paid you to book the venues. You know what I'm saying? So the least you could have did was make sure that we were still on schedule. You know, we got to Columbus, Ohio. It took us about 3.5 hours to even get set up. There was no speakers in the venue. There was no nothing.
Damn.
So
The
once
lack of
again,
communication, like, at least just talk to me and let me know.
let me
Regardless,
know.
again,
something.
You getting paid.
Let
Period.
me know something. I paid you something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not paying you for your services, which would have consisted of you putting together like the set list and doing all that. But if you booked the venue, the least you could do is make sure that we were set on our date and that we had everything we needed. I paid you
Right.
for each venue that you booked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He don't
So
even care about his own name because his name attached to
Right.
him.
come on, man. His name is attached to it.
Right.
So, I mean, like I said, you live and you learn. I went through things. It wasn't a super horrible experience to where, like, I'm scarred or nothing
Right,
like
you
that.
can't
but
overlook
I
it.
just
That
know,
shit.
yeah, I
But it's
learned a
just,
lot
like,
from
noted.
him. Yeah, it's noted.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. I took a lot of things away from it, positive and negative, things that I could have done better, things that I wish would have been done better on his behalf. And shit, I mean, it's an okay situation. At the end of the day, we still gained new fans in every city that we went to.
Okay.
Literally, you know what I'm saying? We
You
tapped
had,
in.
You had concealed media pull up in the city.
I had concealed media pull up
Come
to
on
Louisville,
now.
Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? For YSF
Yeah,
weekend.
We
Back-
was
back of police
That was
cars.
outside.
Real bad.
And listen,
Running
YSF
out of
weekend was a huge
Hey,
hit.
hey,
I want to
not too
thank
much.
everybody that came out there to celebrate not only my birthday, but just to celebrate the success that we've had so far as an independent label that was created, from somebody who's based out of Kentucky, who's born and raised, in Kentucky. I just
Yeah.
be on the move. So yeah, I had concealed media out there,
That was
and they
a
tapped
vibe.
in. They came. They got fly with us at the red carpet event. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
My
it
boy
was a
got the
great
goddamn.
time.
What you got, an award out there, motherfucker?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
ended up
some
getting
certificate.
I got recognized by the Senate,
Exactly.
yep, by the state of Kentucky for my contributions to hip hop in the state of Kentucky. So
dope.
that was pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even know that was
They was gonna
happening
do
that
that,
day.
right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It was
So
dope because like we were on the panel, we was vibing, having conversation, and then boom, he hit you with the
Right.
that was all right.
Straight from the governor.
Straight from you feel me? That was all right right there. Matter, I need to repost that on my story
Nah,
too.
yeah.
I don't think I talk about that enough.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Flowers.
Yeah,
Flowers.
Spread your own flowers.
Yeah,
Yeah, you feel
exactly.
me? I'm a figure where I'm from for real. Like
That's
I'm really like I said, I'm a pioneer, and I'm doing something that nobody else from my state or where I'm from has done. You know what I'm saying? And many have probably attempted, but
It wasn't successful.
it wasn't as successful. You know, I'm not gonna say it wasn't successful. It wasn't as successful. You
That
know,
part,
Right.
That
it wasn't
part.
as successful. But we taking this to the next level. We want to be the biggest. You know what I'm saying? My goal is for us to be. When people ask me like, where do you see YSF? Like up there with QC and CMG, bigger.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Bigger. I'm younger.
They name
You
artists.
feel me?
They
I'm
name labels. They need to name YSL with it, goddamn.
Period.
I was already about my business before music. I was already a businessman before music, so I was able to kind of just take what I already knew about life and the knowledge that I had from other businesses prior and just kind of move that over and make some adjustments because this music shit, when you're trying to get it off the ground, it's a real hustle.
Nah, it's
You know what I'm saying? It's just a real hustle. Like you
a
gotta,
daily thing.
man, it's a daily thing. You have to be willing to dedicate your all to make it to that next level. And if you're not willing to, if you're making constant excuses on why you can't do it, you're never gonna get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I don't
That's a
complain
fact.
at all. I just take everything as it comes. I try not to let people see me sweat. I just continue to move forward, bro, and get on to that next level. To the point to where my name is respected in several different cities now, in several different markets. I'm tapped in with the DJs. I'm tapped in with the
Definitely.
interviewers. You know what I'm saying? Several different states. I can go pull up on numerous DJs at the clubs that they at. And you know what I'm
And they
saying?
gonna spin it.
And they're going to spin it. And this is just like the relationship that I created with a lot of these DJs beforehand. I was walking up on the DJs, here's 50, here's 100. You know what I'm saying? Not to undervalue that DJ because they might want 500. But, hey, Brody, I'm from OT. I'm not coming up here just asking you to spin this record for me. I'm coming up here bearing gifts. You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
It may not be much, but this is the start of a relationship.
Thank you.
You know what I'm
We're
saying?
not
So-
gonna forget you.
They're not gonna figure. You know how many people aren't going up to the DJs and tipping them anything,
Nothing.
and still asking to get their records. I mean, $20, $50, something, offer something,
Okay.
make them want to spend it. You know what I'm saying? And if you know this shit's fire, they're gonna tap in with you after.
Right.
They're gonna tap in with you after. I
Music
mean,
gonna speak for itself.
the music
Yeah.
gonna speak for itself. As long as you got the product, bro, these good dope, you take it, you market it, you selling it. Once they get that first little hit, it's up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's definitely up.
For those who don't know the difference, what's the difference between a manager and an artist developer?
All right, straight to the good stuff.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Typically, a manager is somebody that is brought on board to kind of help oversee and manage current motion that the artist may have. You don't need a manager if you're just getting started and you're not really getting booked for shows or for interviews or, you know what I'm saying? If people aren't really in tune with who you are, they're trying to see you, you don't need a manager.
Right.
You need a consultant. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody that can help you move forward and let you know, okay, you need to do this. Cross your T's, dot your I's, do this. I'm gonna set this up for you so you can start to move and build. You don't need a manager. A manager is somebody who, like I said, is able to help monitor and sometimes even enhance through their relationships where the artist currently is. You know what I'm saying? An artist developer is somebody that is getting in there from the very beginning with an artist that's helping to shape their sound, that's helping to create their image, that's helping them to build their fan base organically. Somebody that can take the artist from A to B. You know what I'm saying? And then from B to C. Somebody that's actually got a game plan. A lot of times the artist developer is not the manager. You know, I'm just like one of those very rare cases where the artist that I'm currently developing, he's a very special artist, and I wouldn't want to give up the privilege of managing him to anybody else because I just don't feel somebody else would be able to do the job the same as me. Plus, they don't have my vision, you know, as the artist developer, not just the manager. I've already got a vision on where I see and how I want this to go. And in order for that to work, you know, my artist just has to be on that same page. So an artist developer is somebody that can like literally utilize his resources and connections on the behind the scenes with the producers, with the interviewers, with the stylist, with the, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that could bring all of that together to help build and create the actual identity and sound of that artist. That's more of like an artist developer. Somebody that can assist in building a social media platform. Somebody that can assist in making the music better or taking it to that next level. Somebody, that's an artist developer. A manager is just, oops, I'm sorry guys.
It's okay.
Yep. A manager is just, it's a jail card. It might be Allie.
You might should answer that.
Let me see.
It's okay.
Yeah, collect call from.
Rated individual at Eastern Kentucky Correctional
I'm cool
Complex.
with- I'm cool with
Kentucky
jail
Correctional
calls.
Institute.
I think
This
those are
call
important.
is not
Artist
intended
developers
to be
don't get
recorded
jail
and may
calls.
be
I'm saying.
monitored.
Managers get calls.
Managers keep out.
Conceal media first.
And this is my first artist that I ever turned up as. I think so.
That would be dope. You should play his music.
Allie, lil' bro, I got you on camera right now. I'm actually in the middle of a concealed media interview, so
Yes,
they
sir.
can hear you. So say what's up, say hey, tell them who you are.
What up, nigga?
What?
Allie, man, I'll be back. I'm on the way home here real soon. You know, 2026, 2025, that's how you're gonna pop back and go super crazy, man.
Alright.
Hey, big call, hey, Easter, man. I'm down here with that little nigga Messi on the other side. So tell him I ain't got no lock in with it yet, but we finna put it all together, bro.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad to hear this. I'm crazy with this shit, bro. Like, keep going, bro. Keep going, bro.
Right, shit. We appreciate you, boy.
We're waiting on you.
If you can, call me in like 30, 45 minutes if you can.
For sure. Damn, who I heard a female. Who was that?
Well, boy, you know where he at. One track mind,
I'm
boy.
crying. We're gonna see you. We're gonna see you. We're gonna see you when you come home. We're gonna see you.
That's Ray Dawn. I don't know if you remember her from the Carolinas.
We're gonna see you.
She was around.
Man, I'm glad that you doing this interview. I'm listen, bro. Lady bro is like, are you turned, bro? Like, who would ever? No, they were just sleeping on the couch, sleeping on the floor, bro.
No, buddy.
Crib, bro.
I'm gonna turn my boy up. I'm gonna turn my boy up.
It's amazing, bro.
Tell him keep his head up. He on the way.
Look, they playing something for you right now. You hear me?
This is my shit.
They playing that for you right now.
Hey.
What you telling, bro? I got you. Hey, call me in like 45 minutes.
I got you, big bro. Listen, let the hospital know that I'm down here and I'm gonna go scream at this little nigga mess with him. And I'm here with him, but tell him to get up with the little nigga before I scream at him. He's gonna be looking for me.
All right, LeBron, I got you.
All right, bro. Love you, man.
Love you, man.
Yeah, they got there right now, bro.
What's up?
All right.
You have it there.
That was
Conceal
fire.
media first, goddamn. That boy called for like Shine, goddamn. You already know. Gotta make it. Hey, we holding it down here. What's his name again?
Fast Cash Alley.
Fast Cash Alley.
That was
We
the
got-
first artist that I started developing, like literally from from scratch. A young kid was a young nigga from Chicago, ended up moving to Kentucky. Was really living like what he was rapping about, and I found him in the studio working with other artists, and he just kept begging me to get in the booth. I finally let him get in the booth. He came with some old crazy like Juice World type shit.
Oh shit, so he's different from
He
Definitely
came in crazy different, like, and then that was like in the very beginning, and then like I said, I was very fresh at that time, you know what I'm saying, and I didn't really have as many relationships with producers and engineers and different studios and stuff like that, and so like him is where I like really built from ground zero. Like I really started the label, you know, behind him is Fast Cash Alley. If y'all get a chance to check him out, Free Alley, he'll be home soon within like the next year.
Free that
Which is
in-
good. He
free
already
in
been
the
gone
city.
like 3 years, almost 4. But that's why I really got a chance to build from the ground zero and shit. Because like moving with him is how I got to
where
be
you at
who
now.
I am right now today. I just kept going after him. It was a little discouraging after he got locked up because certain talents you don't find again, and it took a while before I found another talent that I really like wholeheartedly believed in, which is now 38 Honcho.
Right.
Well, I had Brazy Brook. It was Allie, then Brazy Brook, and then 38 Honcho. So Honcho's the third that I like truly believe in, that I've had the opportunity to develop from scratch.
Right.
And that each time we get better. And like what you said earlier, artist developer, they don't get that call right there. Managers get those calls right
ain't
there. But I just so happen to do both, so I get all the goddamn calls.
So, so what's the biggest thing you learned from your first guy? You know, that he in jail right now. He gonna get out. You know what I'm saying? So what's the first thing you learned from him to 38 Honcho, who also did get out of jail, and what you've been able to do with him? And you know,
First thing I learned, like just about like what, like
well, I guess I mean like the biggest thing, or how you
Biggest
gonna
thing.
be able to, what you learned to help Allie when he get out.
That's a good
their
one.
relationships are key. Nothing really moves without relationships. Like I was able to get you guys here today
Without
off
friends.
of, you know what I'm saying? Like just off of relationships and face card. You know, we didn't even discuss any monetary value
Like,
or
who got an
anything of the sort.
interview?
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
we
So
get it.
relationships are important as hell. Like that, I feel like that's the most important thing. The best thing that I did between each artist was I continued to build myself up as a CEO. I continued to build my brand. Which my brand and myself as a CEO, I'm very enticing. Like people see me, they want to get to know me. Like, so I continue to be. It's easy for me to build those relationships, but then once I build them, I know how to manage them. You know what I'm saying? So,
That part.
being able to manage those relationships is, and not just feel like I'm only taking. You know, the person I'm building a relationship with, they got to be able to feel like they can get from me too. You know what I'm saying? So I have to
Gotta be a
always
two-way
make
street.
sure it's got to be a two-way street.
If I
So
call you and I need something, then it should be the other way around too.
you feel me? It's got to be.
I feel like it's definitely like that with you for sure.
You gotta be beneficial with people. Like, if you can do something for me, I'm gonna dig and see what it is that I can do for you that's gonna help, you know what I'm saying? In turn, help you grow your situation or help you meet somebody else that's gonna get you to the next level or through the next door, or, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we gotta be able to like ping pong off of each other. And the bigger of a team that you build, not just like people that are actually working for you or with you, but the affiliations that you have as well. You know what I'm saying? Those are extremely important. That's what makes it easier for us to move between markets the way that we do, because I've already established those relationships and different affiliations in different cities and markets that now when we touch down, it's not like we touching down cold.
Right.
We coming down
Looking for the
warm.
move.
You know what I'm saying? We coming down warm, and now the people that I'm associated with, now they opening up doors for us to connect with 5, 10, 50, 100 new people
Exactly.
from a new market that we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? New ears and new eyes. You always got to have new ears and new
What's
eyes.
one of the most surprising markets that you thought it was country or something, you know, but then you got there like, oh, they fuck it with us type shit.
Denver.
Denver all day.
I didn't know
Oh,
what to
wow.
expect in
You went out
Denver.
there, facts.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect in Denver. And Denver was actually a very solid market, like for hip hop. And they don't really have a whole lot going on out there, nor do they have a whole lot of
Cold
artists
weed,
coming
goddamn.
from there. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's if you are an artist, they are very embracing out there. They will embrace you with open arms out there. Very nice, very good people. Denver was very surprising. Denver and
Good answer, by the way. I wasn't expecting that one.
Denver and I want to say, I want to say Columbus. Columbus is
Ohio?
Columbus, Ohio. Very, very, very solid market in Columbus, Ohio.
Right.
Very solid
Big
market.
college town for sure.
Yeah, big
so-
college town. And if you can get like around the college town and like really promote yourself there the right way, like you
locked
know how to
in.
market to the college, you locked in.
Facts.
Yep, you locked in.
Definitely, we're going to take a trip out there, goddamn.
That would be
Denver
nice.
for sure.
Denver for sure.
Denver, yeah.
We're gonna blow it down.
Blow it down. Holler at that
I
damn
love that
Dion.
for us. So this is kind of a question, I guess, for me, or just for in general for everyone. So for those looking to work behind the scenes in music, what skills or experiences should they focus on? Should they be focusing on?
Administration. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists don't have their business together, and that's the easiest way into an artist team is when you can show them the value that you can bring just based off of doing something as simple as keeping paperwork and documents together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keeping that information like that together, just like small things like that will get you into a big artist team. Because I don't want anybody to be confused just because they see one artist is bigger than the next. A lot of these bigger artists, their management teams are awful. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them don't have people in place. A lot of them are doing things by themselves, or they've got a friend doing it for them, or it's a lot of them like that. So like when I come across an artist, even a bigger artist, I still look at them the same because I know how much value myself and my team can bring to any artist. So
Right.
I would say like the admin would probably be the easiest way in. I think that's a good one to focus on. And then content. Just somebody that can actually come in and keep up and create fresh new content for the artist. I
New
think those
ideas
are
and shit.
new ideas for shit that doesn't look like it's just going on TikTok, you know, and
Right.
all the time. Like that's where a lot of artists
Rapping on the porch.
you
Tired
feel
of that
me?
shit, goddamn.
Get tired of that. That's where a lot of artists they make mistakes as they use the same. They burn the content style
Right.
out. It's the same shit. It's
I'm tired of those.
sitting
videos.
on the porch, sitting on the car,
30
standing in the
niggas.
kitchen.
Let's let those go.
Like do something different. When you add that quality to it, it makes it a little bit different. Pay somebody $150 to, hey, bro, shoot these 3 scenes for me even if it's just social media content. The better the quality of the content, the better the engagement is going to be, especially if the music behind it is already fire.
Right.
Change it up. I'm tired of seeing these trailer-looking videos. Those should be used as an addition to.
Right.
You know what I'm
Not the
saying?
main.
The TikTok videos, the trailer, those should be used in addition to.
Right, we just throwing those in there. Just
Add those in
you
there.
know what I'm
That could be if you have a single that you're rolling out, those are used in addition to. That's a part of the rollout.
Right.
Okay, I've got this content right here that's professional. I got this that I shot on Triller. I got this open mic that I did. I got this podcast that I did. All that goes into a part of a rollout. If you're releasing a single, you take and you merge all of that together. That way you have enough content to properly push the record or the project, but then you have different variations of content too. I got a YouTube video, I got an acoustic video, I got a Triller, I got a TikTok, I got a open mic, you know what I'm saying? Like I got an actual music video. You got several different things.
Right.
So
Okay.
Sound a little passionate about this, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming
I
you've been
love
coming
this.
across artists who haven't been
many.
so willing to, just like you said, just go shoot the videos. Just go shoot some shit real quick.
so man, they don't want to spend no money.
Yeah, you have to.
You know
What
what
they
I'm
do,
saying?
it's not on their
Just
bike,
not on
it's
their,
not-
yeah.
right.
They don't want to spend the money on the music, and a lot of artists think that I'm just gonna put this music out and it's gonna go somewhere. Shit's not gonna do nothing.
Right.
Since we
This
talking
shit's
about
not gonna
money
do
and
nothing.
we talked about the tour. Just let them know, like, cause they only see the tour, the shows and stuff. Let them know how much you was really spending when y'all was on the tour.
Man, okay, well, I'm gonna start with this. Daily, just when let's just say Honcho and myself for an example. Daily, it costs $200 a day at the minimum just to be on the road.
Right.
You talking about gas, you know what I'm saying? We ride in presidential, we in a big body. It's 80 to 100 to fill that up. If we up north, it's closer to 100. You know what I'm saying? If we in the south, it's somewhere around 80. Then hotel, we paying at least $100. You know, that's even with a discounted rate. At least 100, 120. So that's $200 a day minimum just to be
Right.
on the road.
Right.
Then you're not adding in if we decide that we want to go hit a local podcast within that area. That might be another 150, 200. We're not adding in a studio session if we in Atlanta at $75 to $100 an hour.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And we in there for at least 4 to 5. We're not adding that in. We're not adding in if we gotta get clothes. I ain't even started talking about food.
Oh yeah, y'all didn't even eat.
You know what I'm
yet.
saying? We ain't even ate yet. You feel me? We ain't even ate yet. You feel me? So
Biggest size.
he gonna see this and be trying to fry you.
Okay, not too much.
But yeah, like the money that goes into it, and then we're not even including if we need to shoot a video while we down there,
Right.
or if I want to set up a photo shoot, because you got to have the content. People got to be able to see that you're outside. You know what I'm saying? That you're moving around. Like that's not including if we pop out to the club. You know, especially if you're in Atlanta, there's no telling who you're gonna run into. We just ran into damn Sunny Digital this past weekend in Quay Global.
Okay.
You feel me? Like just in the club, we was able to chop it up and politic with them, but like you never know. So, you know, that's an extra, at least even if you're not in there popping bottles, you're gonna spend 40 to get in, 50, 60 to park, you $100 for you even get through the door. But it's a part of it. You feel me? People wanna see you
60 to park is crazy,
moving.
about
You
fuck.
gotta spend the cash though.
You gotta
have
spend
to.
it. You have to spend it.
Right.
So-
There's no way.
So speaking of money, because I feel like we are talking about artists and stuff like that. Do you feel like the artists should pay their managers or their team, even if they like book their own, whatever it is that they booked? How do you feel about that?
Hell the fuck yeah. I feel like
So all the money they got there.
yeah, listen, artists should, even if the manager isn't the one in charge or responsible for booking a particular booking or something of this sort, you should still pay your manager whatever the cut is, because the manager still has to make sure you get there, still has to make sure that the place is properly accommodated for you. You know what I'm saying? Still got to make sure your travel accommodations are taken care of, unless the artist is doing it themselves. And a lot of times, a lot of these artists ain't.
They're not.
If the artist is getting booked, they're not taking care of their own. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10. So yeah, the manager might not have booked that particular show or interview or whatever it is that's paying, but your manager still has to make sure that you're there and that everything is going to be set up the way it should be for you. They still managing you and the situation. Hell yeah, your manager should still get paid. There's not a situation where I'm going to say no, the manager shouldn't get paid. Like when you brought the manager on board to do the work that the manager did, yeah, you brought them to do their job, 20% all the way across the board. There's no skips in that. There's no what if that. No.
Right.
So I guess a lot of artists should be reconsidering them having a team,
Yeah,
or
facts.
a manager,
Yeah.
because it's like you gotta definitely pay them.
If you don't want to pay your manager,
Right.
let
That's
them
why
go.
they said every artist don't need a manager
artist don't
first.
need
a
Get the
manager.
development
Exactly.
first, then go get the
Development,
manager.
yup.
Yeah.
A lot of artists do bad business and they don't pay their teams.
Right.
A lot of them don't, but that's why they're not as successful either. Like they might have like a little run or something like that, but when you're not taking care of the people who helped you to sustain and
They
even
thought
build
they
even
did.
more,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, hell
They ain't
no.
gonna
Like
make it
for
by
me,
yourself. That's
right? For the way I work with artists is, excuse me, not only do I manage the artists, but I'm literally developing them from scratch. I'm putting my own money into the mix. Before these artists, most of these artists don't have any money to put into themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I'm coming in from scratch, from the bottom. And I'm managing you too. I feel like it shouldn't even be a second thought. Like if you know that, well, damn, this nigga takes care of me. Every opportunity he gets, he makes sure I'm never without. He makes sure I got this, that, this. Yeah, you should make sure that person that's taking care of you is always straight, no matter what.
No matter
Like,
what.
no matter what. And that's that. That's all I got to say on that.
Perfect segue, because before we started, we was talking about Gucci Mane and the problems he been having with his artists, and he just dropped a bunch of them because they weren't recouping no money. And you got a little passionate about that too. So I just want just what similarities you see, and how just I guess what kind of
Just what's your thoughts on him?
yeah, I guess
On the Gucci situation. Shit, I don't think Gucci's in the wrong. I think if you in a position that he's in right now, and you've got a bunch of artists on your label, but majority of them aren't monetizing, it's time to clear house and get somebody new and fresh. See, the problem is a lot of these artists get signed and they think that the work stops there. You know what I'm saying? And to be real, Gucci is not a major label. If you sign a 1017, that's not a major. You know what I'm saying? So only thing that he can do at that point is give you a little bit of money, give you a stamp, give you a verse. If you can't take and do what you need to do with the platform that he's giving you, once Gucci or artists like Gucci or somebody like, of the sort, Gucci, Gotti, once they bring you into, their world and they unroll their platform to you, you got to be able to take full advantage of that yourself. You got to be hungry enough to know and smart enough to know that shit, he just opened up his platform for me. I got the world. I can really do what I want to do with this motherfucker right now. It's
Everybody
up
ain't
to
got
me. You know what I'm saying? It's up to me. Gucci not going, he got 30 other artists. He can't sit there and baby everybody and hold everybody's hand. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be able to create for yourself. You know what I'm saying? He already gave you the bit. Even if he only gave you 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, that's 10, 15, 20,000 more than what the fuck you just had to put into yourself. And if you smart, instead of spending it, you going to invest it where it matters.
You're going to have a team.
And you're going to have a team. And when you starting in the very beginning, you have to have a team of people that truly believe in you, because you're not going to be able to afford to pay everybody from the beginning.
Especially
You know
from
what I'm
the
saying?
beginning. This is
So,
all fake right here.
and you can't just be hiring your friends for nothing. They have to actually be able to contribute somehow, whether one of them is a graphic designer, whether one of them is holding the camera or learning how to work TikTok, or they have to be able to earn their stay. You know what I'm saying? They can't just stay because they're your friend. And what they've, you know what I'm saying, done for you in the past. Nah, you got to be able to earn your stay if you're going to be on the team. And a lot of times, a lot of these young cats, they get their friends as managers, and that's never a great idea, because oftentimes a friend is going to be super biased, whereas I feel like you should hire a manager who is from a professional background, that does have relationships and experience, who can kind of guide and direct you, you know, in the right direction. Not necessarily be there to be your daddy, because at the end of the day, if you're an adult, you know what I'm saying, as an artist, you still got to be able to make your own decisions. And the way I work is you make your own decisions. We'll come to agreements on things, you know what I'm saying? And I've had to learn that, you know, a lot of times it was, in the past, it was, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, because I said. Now it's like, okay.
Yeah. Because niggas can resent that.
You feel
Just
me?
tell them what to do all the time.
Now it's, okay, look, I think this is a great idea. Here's why.
How do you feel about it?
How do you feel? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I believe we should do this.
Right. Shit might already be in motion, but
You feel me?
as long as you ask them,
In the beginning stages, though, it should be a whole lot of explaining. It should be a, hey, this is going to make us better. This is going to put us in front of new fans. This is going to put us, it shouldn't be a whole lot of rebuttal or anything. It should be, okay, let's do it.
Facts.
All you can do is try. Like, no two ways to the top have been the same. Like, you can't move two people the exact same way back to back. You know what I'm saying? You have to, like, really get down. This is the thing with artist development that differs from an artist developer and a manager. An artist developer understands that you have to learn what the artist is good at, who the artist appeals to, and where to go find similar people at in each market. You know what I'm saying? How do I, and Instagram and social media will tell you, it'll give you a hint, but that's not all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to dive deeper into that. Yeah, those numbers and those metrics are going to help you as far as the streaming and learning, you know what I'm saying, like the digital version, but you got to hit the streets. Right. They're equally as important. You can't do one without the other. If you do one without the other, let's say you take off on the internet, there's no foundation built from the streets. So when that internet shit starts to die down, nobody in the streets, you didn't tap in with nobody.
Right.
You didn't tap in with the radio stations. Right. You didn't tap in with the promoters. You didn't tap in with the niggas that's gonna still be able to get you a bag as your internet high does. You know what I'm saying? So
we know the internet.
So
we know the internet.
So the artist,
They gone today.
The artist should be outside.
Outside.
All the time.
All the time.
Every day.
Every day.
In the studio.
In the studio.
Facts.
At the clubs.
At the clubs. With the DJs.
With the DJs.
At the goddamn radio events. At the bowling alley with all the radio personalities. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want these
Anywhere
people to
with a lot
know
of
you.
niggas congregating.
Anywhere.
Right.
And then guess what else they should have? Marketing materials.
Right.
Promotional flyers. QR codes. T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Because let's say you go do a show, right?
One hand every time.
I can go do a show and there's 100 people in this building that don't know me, have no idea who I am. I say my Instagram name while I'm on the stage. I do all of that.
They can't hear that shit.
They can't hear that. And then you might get 5 or 6 people that catch it and then they go follow you on Instagram, and then out of those 5, 2 or 3 might actually go stream the music.
Right.
You got marketing materials there though. There's 100 people. I'm finna cover all 100 people. Now there's 100 chances. Literally, there's 100 chances that they can go, you know what I'm saying, tap in. Whoever I gave it to is going to go tap in. I literally just maximized everything that I did that night. I just did it to the best of my ability. I had a banner. I had something standing up that they can come, you know, scan my QR code while I'm performing, because the music is hard as hell. And now they're not just looking at my shit. Now I'm up there performing. Now they scanning my shit because I'm hard.
Right.
And instead of me leaving
Ain't
with
gonna
10
scan
new
your shit if
followers,
you're not hard, goddamn.
instead of me leaving with 10 new followers, I just left with 40.
Right.
And then now, next time I double back to that market, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get 40 more.
Right.
And then now, next time I double back to that market, if I'm smart enough, I done already collabed with an artist from that market, and that got me another 100. So now I got 200 people in this market that fuck with me. I'm just gonna do a little show over there with somebody else, and I'm gonna show these promoters, hey, I could bring out 30, 40, 50 people by myself in this market.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I can get paid.
Right.
Now, you seen what I did last time I was there, that 40, 50 people that bought tickets under my code, under my name.
Right.
Now this next time I'm gonna bring out 100. Now I need you to pay me $700
Right.
to come into this market, $1,000, whatever the case. I got fit, and I just sold merch in that motherfucker too. So I just doubled down on my
You
profits.
really just came up.
You feel me? I really just came up. So being outside is super important. You have to go tap in. You have to, with the podcast, with the bloggers, with the DJs, with the tastemakers, with the artists, like the local artists from that area. I hate when people think that they're too big. Like, yeah, you might be big where you're from, but these people over here don't know you.
I have no
You
idea.
know what I'm saying?
They could be 15 minutes down
They
the
can be
road.
Yeah.
15, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. These people in this market right next to you don't know you.
Right.
And now you trying to charge people 500, 1,000
Right.
for a feature. They don't know you, bruh. How about you find somebody that's on your level or even a little lower?
Right.
Because at this point, the name of the game is to break into the market.
Right.
So even if they're a little lower or a lot lower, but they still got 100 people from that area that follow and support them, that's immediately allowing you to tap right into what they already got going on.
Right.
On top of the fact that now you in this area looking for like little open mics and showcases, and you looking to grow your name and your brand in that market.
Sound like niggas need to be a little bit more humble too.
Yeah.
Think they
Niggas-
hot shit from the beginning. Like, come on, bro.
Niggas gotta be more humble.
Definitely do.
Then you get online and you see niggas ain't even streaming for real. You know what I'm saying?
You can fall off any day.
Any day.
Any day.
Any day.
And while y'all here, make sure y'all go like, comment, subscribe, Conceal Media. We on YouTube, goddamn Instagram. We need to be on Twitter more, but we there. And make sure you follow my nigga YSF, J Hood. You already know. Sound like he's
biggest-
speaking straight from the personal. So
He really is, though. Let's kind of get into it a little bit because, you know, you came in, you was on the phone with your daughter.
that's
Definitely has you wrapped, like I'm talking about, wrapped around her finger.
It's my little
Period.
baby.
That's how it's supposed to be. How is like balancing, you know, being a dad, being a business owner, being a manager, developer, everything that you are? Like, how is that?
I'm not gonna lie and say it's easy because it's not. I'm not gonna lie and say that it's rewarding all the time because it's not. But like when you really, really, really want something, you don't make excuses. And no matter how hard it gets, I know that I still got to be a father.
Right.
I still got to be a manager. I still got to be a businessman. So I have to like literally, if I can find time in my day to sit down and smoke for 30 minutes or an hour, I got an hour that I can be doing something else to contribute to what I currently got going on. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't make excuses. If I got to take my daughter on the road with me, that's what I'm gonna do. But I always cut time out to go see her, and any availability that I have, and she's hours away.
Right.
As soon as like a little open slot comes in, the first thing I'm doing is, you know, in my head, my priority is I'm about to go make this 10-hour round trip drive to see my daughter for a day.
Definitely,
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
2 days. I'm gonna drive 5.5, 6 hours there and then come right back tomorrow. Just even if it's just for that one day, because the importance of her knowing that daddy is in your life and daddy is here frequently is I don't think there's anything more important than that.
And she knows that you're working because again, she gets to travel with you. So when she's not with you, in the back of her mind, she's like, okay, this is why.
Daddy at
This is
work.
what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? You constantly talking to her, letting her know, talking her through everything. And I'm pretty sure Tevin, you know, you can relate too because you're a dad, you're a businessman, entrepreneur, and all of that. Like,
Yeah, that's all I was gonna ask. Like, does she know like what you do? And
She does. She'd been around for a little bit. She's like literally been in the studio since she was 1. So, you know,
I'm
she's
surprised she don't have a song out
she
right
do.
now.
She got, well, not out, but she's got like 3 or 4. I should put one out though, for real. I
Shoot her a
should.
little
I
music
need to.
video.
Yeah, I need to probably write her a little something, get her in the studio, coach her through, and put that out. Motherfucker
Look,
might
have
be
her
a
come out
hit.
here.
I'm gonna just throw this out there.
serious.
The most untapped market is the kids market. Me and my
I'm so
nigga talk about it all the
serious.
time. A kid song gets like 3 billion views. Nigga.
Yes, and it's y'all know it's because the kids. Think about it. All kids, what are they on? Their tablets all day. YouTube.
All day.
They're watching
We
videos.
running
You
the
know,
same
kids
shit.
be running the same
The
shit.
same damn song.
Oh my God.
The same
Literally
damn
the
song.
most
Hey.
untapped market.
All
My
day,
godson
every
will run
day.
the same damn song 10 times and look at me and see if I'm listening. I'm like, yeah, turn
Yeah.
that shit off.
Right. I heard it.
I
You hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it. But
Yeah,
turn
you got
it
on
off.
max volume.
On my soul, on my soul. Nah, for real. We this independent journey is it's definitely a difficult one. But it's rewarding. Like I said, we're coming a little bit a lot of bit differently than a lot of people. Like,
Most definitely.
we're a self-funded label. Like, everything that people see us do is that's out of mine and my partner's pocket. You know what I'm saying? So we move a little bit differently. We could talk a little bit differently. Like, we had success before music, and now we're taking and we're collaborating, not just our minds, but our pockets. You know what I'm
That
saying?
part.
We putting the bitches together to make this shit grow. And I've been blessed with a crazy ear that allows me to find the best talent, not just find the talent, but develop it. That makes it hit even different. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm literally starting this and growing this from scratch. Like, there's nothing that anybody could take away from us, from what we're building, from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, from what I've done. Like, you can't take that away. Like, I'm able to do this, and I do it at a very high level. And a lot of people might say, well, he's not accomplished yet. He doesn't have any awards. He hasn't, broken an artist yet. Or, man, fuck all that shit.
Right.
I'm the best that there is.
Right.
And at the rate that we're going right now,
It's only a matter of time.
it's a matter of time. And the things that we've done, the foundation that we've built, nobody can take that away. I'm him with this
Period.
shit. You
But
know
even
what I'm saying?
if they feel like that, they really ain't did their research on you. I'm just saying.
They ain't did their research.
They ain't did their research.
It's all about perspective for sure.
That
Yeah, for
part.
sure.
But also too, I'm gonna give you your flowers because the people that you brought to our table, like they really got motion, like they really doing shit. Let's talk about Damo for one.
My dog,
You
that's
brought-
my
your
heart
Damo,
right there.
right?
That's my Damo.
Yeah. So you brought her to the table for us. We actually had an opportunity to sit down with her when we were in Kentucky. We interviewed her. Also Alex Harmony from
Love
Florida,
Alex.
Florida baby.
She from Florida.
So we interviewed her, of course. You've had us in the mix with Stephen Dupree.
Stefan,
Stefan,
yeah.
hold on. You've had us in the mix with Stefan Dupree as
Yeah.
well. Nah, shout out to Nah.
Quasia, yeah.
You had us
She's
in
a
the mix
goat.
with her.
She's a goat, too.
Absolutely. Yeah, so just like kind of give us a little background of how you got connected with them.
Right. And what was that, a symposium? Or the panel?
The panel.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I almost all of them I met through somebody else, whether we followed each other through somebody else on Instagram, or whether we met through somebody like a human, like in real life. And there's one thing that never lies is energy, and you can tell when a person really has real emotion, not just like social media made up motion, but when somebody really has something going on in their life. And people that typically have big shit going on in their life, they typically, when they get a chance to talk, and then they diving deeper into one another, they're able to build, and they see, shit, I'm a hustler, you a hustler, you got
Right.
this going on, I got to get this going on. Yeah,
Let's
talk
link.
about
Yeah.
how do we enhance the one another's situation? How do we come together and build something together, even if that ain't even got to be me interfering with what you already built or what I already built, but now we can try to figure out how we can take the two of our platforms together and still build them up at the same time. We still stay individuals, but we still building each other up.
You're right.
It was kind of like that. And then like with Damo, I met her through Carolina Plug.
Right.
And once I met
Shout out
Damo,
to Plug.
I knew, shout out to my brother Plug. Yeah, I knew she was the real deal when I met her. And she's been around from the very beginning. Like when Honcho got locked up, like she was around for that. And she helped me with a lot, like just while he was locked up, still keeping us moving. And, we hired her as a PR for our label. So
Right.
like whenever we're at the Grammys or BET Awards, she's making sure that we're moving proper. She's making sure that we're
She's
getting
getting
all
us
the
through
good
those
looks.
doors.
She's getting us through them fucking doors. Her face
Period.
card is valid. You heard me? She's getting us through them doors, though. She's
Yeah.
getting us those looks that we need so people can, not only so we can see and meet people, but so they can see us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And see who the fuck we are.
Right.
And where we coming from and how we coming.
Right.
Because the way we coming is different.
Right.
And we 1,000% legitimate. We ain't selling no drugs to, get to where we are or to get the things that we have. We
Not anymore.
busted our ass. You funny as shit.
I'm
They
just
said,
saying.
he
though.
should have, we might have, if he had sold some doors, might have had to
Saying
pay.
though, like, you know what I'm saying? But
pounds.
flowers though to my ladies because HBCU grads, you know what I'm saying? You have like really powerful women that you're around, and I just feel like you understand the importance of having women on your team.
Not just
Like, you
women,
really-
but strong black women.
Strong black women. Let's
You
talk
heard
about
me.
that.
Yeah.
You definitely
Strong black women.
You definitely get that.
Yeah, I get it. I understand that the black women really make the wheels turn around this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
And
And
let you know it too.
they let you know it, yeah.
Do we?
They definitely gonna let you know it.
Right.
Nigga, you can't do shit without me.
Hey, this is the side y'all don't see. Hooded for them, man.
You know, soon as you make a woman mad, boy, she gonna come out and she gonna tell you about yourself.
Hello?
Damn.
Right.
You thought you was that nigga, didn't you?
Man.
Now let me tell you real
Thought he was.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely was fucking with Nye and
Yeah, not questions
And
the boss.
Damo.
That's a young turn.
Yeah.
Listen, she's young. She just turned 22 and turned as fuck. Like,
Absolutely.
Naquasia is a boss. Like, I swear, like, the way I talk to Naquasia and treat her, you would think she was my age. Like, I'm thinking she's in her 30s easily.
Right.
Hell no, she just moves.
Very demure, very classy.
You feel me? You feel me?
somebody look up the mirror, please. I don't think Ray did that right.
She know better. She ain't supposed to be saying that shit.
But yeah, I love the way they talk music. It's like they broke it down to almost a scientific level. Like I felt like I was in business class again. They was like, gotta do this, and this, and
And they really did it.
right. A lot of people don't think about
Yep.
music like that. So I really,
They done
felt
really
it.
did it. They done really made those sacrifices. They done really, you know what I'm saying? Like, speaking of, like, I was on the phone the other day with Norvay. He's Honcho. He's got a distribution deal with Sony AWOL.
Okay.
And Norvay is the head of urban music at AWOL, but Norvay is also responsible for discovering and developing Dirk and like other big talents. He's worked with Freddie
Absolutely.
Gibbs and like Norvay has done a lot. And we've been conversing a lot more lately. And sometimes this process it's a waiting game, especially when you're dealing with like labels. Which is why I always told myself I wanted to make sure we became a super indie. Like we self-funded, do everything ourselves so we don't have to wait for other people.
Right.
But I was having a conversation with Norvay, and all in all, the message was just being patient. And we had a conversation about being a boss. And he was telling me about how he came up and the things that he had to sacrifice and the jobs that he had to take 10, 15 years ago in music that involved little to no pay, that involved living in LA, making $40,000 a year in LA, you know what I'm saying, trying to survive, it's $2,500, $3,000 for a one-bedroom apartment out there. You spending half of what you making on just living alone, you know what I'm saying, more than half.
More than half.
And we were having this conversation and because he's a few years older than me, Norvay's probably about 7, 8, 9 years older, you know what I'm saying, and he's lived a lot more life. And he was like, you a boss.
Period.
And every boss has to make a sacrifice to get to that next level. And this is your sacrifice that you're making. It's your time to sacrifice right now. Whether it's, money that you might currently be making. I know you're not making the same money because you on the road now. And I can't make the money that I make when I'm stationary, when I'm at home, when I'm in Charlotte, the money that I'm able to make. When I'm on the road, I can't make that same money. So if I go on the road with $4,000 or $5,000, by the time we come off the road, that's gone. I gotta come back home
work
and
hard as
rebrand.
motherfuckers.
You know what I'm saying? And get my money, regroup,
Right.
and get my money back up, so we can go back and hit the road again. But he was just like, it's your time to sacrifice now. Everything that you have to do to get y'all to the next level falls on your shoulders. You the boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do it. If you don't lead the pack, the group's not gonna move. You know what I'm saying? So he was just like, you the boss. Like, it's you got to make the sacrifices. Now is your time to sacrifice. And I feel like that's where I'm at now. Like, I've been in so many different stages in my life. I've had stages where financially I was super up. You know what I'm saying? I had hundreds of thousands tucked away in the motherfucking shoebox. You know what I'm saying? I've been in a stage to where I was uncomfortable and I was building, trying to get to that level. And it feels like now I'm at a stage of where, like, what we're growing and what we're building is so real that I am having to sacrifice a lot. Not just my money, but my time. It's the time away from my child, time away
That
from
part.
my work, time away from building my other businesses because this one needs me right now. And I know that when this one pops, it's going to fizzle over. And it's going to, you feel me? And it's going to lead to a lot of other doors being open, and the resources and the connections that we have now are going to be at a much higher level. You know how much easier it's going to be for me to sell clothes when I have 300, 400,000 people watching me on a daily.
That
You know what I'm saying? When I'm able to build my platform up enough to now I've got more eyes and ears on me. It's so much easier for me to sell, you know what I'm saying, myself, my product, what I'm building to the public. And that's where we at with it right now, is we making them sacrifices. We taking those chances. I'm not turning nothing down. If it's in another market, we're going to continue to build. We're going to continue to reach new groups of people individually, in groups. I don't give a fuck how it's got to get done. It's getting done, though. You know what I'm saying? We not making no excuses.
Right.
We really outside getting to this shit.
Outside.
Really outside hustling. Outside. And outside don't mean like in the club popping bottles. Outside means go tap in with the community, with the community next door. You know what I'm saying? Go do some some community service and pass out your flyers while you're doing community
That
service.
part.
You know what I'm saying? Go tap in. Go help somebody else. Like there's so many ways and to be outside of just popping bottles and drinking liquor. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
So many ways.
And you definitely are the leader of the pack for sure. I want to tell you that. I do want you to just, this is my last question, then we're done here. For an artist right now that is lost, they've been doing this for a minute, but they're at that point where they're like, look, I don't even want to do this anymore. Like, what's your best advice to give them?
Don't do it. If you don't want to do it no more, don't do it. You already lost. You know what I'm saying? When you get to that point to where your mind is to where you saying and you can't get past all stuff, just stop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like at all times, you gotta know I'm the best at this shit. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna pop. But you can't just say these things to yourself. You gotta actually act upon the things that you're saying, and you gotta act them out. Like every day that I wake up, no matter what yesterday was like, I don't say to myself, damn, yesterday whooped my ass. I don't know if I want to do this today.
Right.
I be man, fuck yesterday. I never want to have another day like that.
That's in the
You know what I'm
past.
saying?
Grind right there.
Today is a new day. It's a new chance for me to be better. I know I'm going to get better, and that's why I continue to progress. And people have to have that mindset. Once you get to doing all that, you might as well just stop.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the best thing that I can say. Somebody asked me in the interview that I did a while back. They asked me what was the number one thing that I would say to an artist, like on their way up, or what's the best thing an artist could do? And I said, invest in themselves. That's the best thing that an artist could do. And that was true. And at the time, from what I knew, that was the best answer that I had at the moment. I think now the best thing that an artist could do is build while they're broke. You know what I'm saying? If you can do this shit while you're broke, just imagine what it's going to be like when you get some money.
Come on.
Facts. That's facts.
So you don't necessarily have to always have high dollar amounts to invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to be able to find loopholes. Yeah, my first Grammy experience, I wasn't supposed to be there. I snuck through that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
got in there, though.
I got in there. Ended up
Nobody
building
know
a
that.
relationship with ATL Jacob. Got a whole article written about it and everything. But I wasn't even supposed to be there.
Right.
But because I walked in that bitch like,
Confident.
I'm that nigga. I'm YSF head to toe that day. They was looking at me like, damn, he's supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I did that while I ain't really
Look
had
like you
no
fit in, goddamn.
I look like it,
Asking
you feel me?
questions. What's
I had
YSF?
already spent all, that's what they got to ask. And I get the chain, the hat, the jacket, the jeans. They want to know, what's YSF? Young, successful, fortune. Now they intrigued.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah,
Let's
what's
talk about
that?
that.
What else do you do? What are you doing? I'm politicking with them all. Yeah, well, I got a commercial janitorial business. I got a clothing line. I got a TV installation company. I got this. I got that. I ain't even mentioned the music yet. I was already
Yeah, that's
turned
nice.
before the music.
Come on.
But
Rich before the music. Hey.
build while broke. If you can do this shit while you broke, but in order to build while you broke, you gotta have the relationships. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
If
And
you
the
don't,
passion.
and the passion. If you don't have that will, like that determination to win in the relationships, you ain't gonna be able to build because those relationships are gonna get you from point A to point B with no money until you, especially when they fuck with you, until you get to the point to where okay, now I can break you off. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Right.
open this door for me. My relationship with you got a relationship with him, and he really loves you like I love
Real
you,
bad.
like you love me. Now you got me through the door.
Right.
You feel me? Now I done built a whole new relationship based off of you. We got something big in common. It's you. I love you. He love you. We both value you the same. So now you hear a whole lot of, I'm doing this for Ray. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this because of Ray Don. And now I done built with you. You feel me? So building while you broke. If you could do this shit broke, you going to be an unstoppable force.
Ooh, child.
We'd have been on the road with no motherfucking money. I'm talking about we had to go to a whole different city, and I might have had $300 in my pocket at the time, but guess what? We still got to the city, got a hotel, and I figured the rest out when we got to that motherfucker.
Right.
part.
Right.
But we was here though. We here now, nigga. So we gonna make the best of it. And however we figure out how to get this cheese, we just gonna nickel and dime it to get us back home.
Right.
But that's what it takes,
another thing. I
though.
feel like niggas be holding themselves back. Like,
Niggas be
Ray,
holding themselves
we
back.
don't know when out fucking.
I ain't got no money.
We raised up money to go to the club. We could raise up money to go do some positive shit or some shit that's
That
gonna
part.
help advance ourselves.
Man.
We ain't gotta goddamn, like you said. It's,
If you got two homies that want to hit the club with you, but you ain't got two homies that hit the road with you, you need to find new
right,
homies.
yeah, those are,
Facts.
that's facts.
You know what I'm saying? You need to find some new homies for real. Because if y'all all bust that shit down the middle, you go out of town for 2 days, the hotel's $120 a night. You know what I'm saying? The gas might be $150. It's three of y'all. Bust that shit down, $100 each. Now y'all straight.
Right now, we
You know what I'm saying? We got gas, we got enough for food, and we covered the hotels.
That part. Well, Hood, we appreciate you. It's always a pleasure to have you. I feel like we definitely, our followers are going to appreciate you more and more because you drop gems. And you understand the business, you know? So we appreciate that. Definitely tell the people where they can find your Instagram and all your platforms and stuff like that.
You can find me on Instagram at jhood, JHOODY, as in young, S as in successful, F as in fortunate. It's jhood YSF on just Instagram. And you can follow my artist 38, that's the number 3, the number 8, Honcho, HAUNCHO. It's 38 Honcho on all platforms.
All right. Yes, sir.
And make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, of course, Twitter. We have our website, www.concealmedia.com.
Hit up the website for sure.
Definitely hit the website. Go
Hit the
order
website.
y'all. Go order y'all some T-shirts.
Yo,
Let's
you
get
can
y'all
read some of the
music
content
played.
on there. Tap
Yeah,
in with
let's get some
of
of
the
y'all
previous
music played
interviews.
on our website. Like, tap in with us. We the hottest podcast in North Carolina.
Hottest
Period.
podcast in North Carolina, Concealed Media. You heard me?
Peace.